Welcome back, folks. Hope you're having a great week. This week, we're going to take a look at some Lionel MPC-era trains and talk about the big question. Why are these trains so popular? I, for one, have a fascination with the MPC era of Lionel and the vast majority of trains that were made during this time. There were just so many different trains that were produced during that span. And tonight I'm going to show you some of the more collectible MPC era trains that were produced. Did he just say MPC and collectible? That's right, MPC and collectible. These are some of my favorite trains to run in my collection. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. A special thanks to my friends at Trains.com, that's Trains with a Z. Be sure to check out their website where you can find great trains, especially like the ones that we're going to see tonight. And be sure to use the code RBPTrains at checkout for $10 off your order. It's been some time since we've run MPC era trains, so let's give the quick refresher on what I mean when I say MPC. MPC is the era in Lionel's history that spanned from 1970 to 1986. Again, 1970 to 1986. During this era of Lionel, they were actually operating as a company called Fundimensions. You'll see that on some of the boxes during this era. And they were, believe it or not, a division of General Mills. Yes, the cereal company. I was born in the MPC era. Is that why I like these trains so much? It's really interesting because trains from the MPC era were given a bad rap for a long time. But in the last couple of years, they've really made somewhat of a renaissance and have started to become very popular and very collectible. In fact, if you look across social media and a lot of the other O-Gauge collecting communities, you'll find that some of these MPC sets are highly traded and highly sought after. If you're shopping for MPC sets and you're looking online or you're going to train shows, you're probably going to find that some of these are becoming more difficult to obtain, especially sets such as the Chessie Steam Special or the Blue Comet or the F3 Daylight set. And the list goes on and on and on. There are a number of sets that are becoming highly collectible. I've been on the hunt for an MPC era Chessie Steam Special, which is a steam engine with the corresponding Baby Madison passenger cars. You have yet to see it on this channel because before I have the chance to put it in the cart, it's gone. So why is this? Why did we suddenly decide that MPC was cool and collectible? Well, there are a number of reasons for this. The first, and perhaps the most obvious, reason for MPC's growing popularity is cost. You can get engines and rolling stock from the MPC era for a fraction of the cost of their modern scale counterparts. Now granted, you're not getting command control and a lot of the bells and whistles, but you're getting some very collectible pieces. This 1979 Southern Pacific Trainmaster is scale size. You can get this engine for $200, and it will pull every single one of these scale freight cars behind it. 1979 MPC Trainmaster pulling 20 scale freight cars, all modern. Check it out. Pretty awesome. MPC. The second reason, style. It's often been argued that MPC era trains lack style. I'm not sure what you think, but these uniform passenger sets make for some striking trains in the layout. What I find is that the uniformity and the matching proportions, they really make these pop and stand out when they're running around the layout. If you focus your attention on a lot of the matching sets, these are some really pretty sets. Lots of great colors, and the MPC era is really what created this time for Lionel. Before that, it was somewhat limited, especially in terms of steam engine choices when I'm talking about color and road names. And Lionel started to introduce a ton of road names during the MPC era. So it gave so many choices for the collector. Another reason for MPC's growing popularity, versatility. Now, what do I mean by that? You can run these trains on any size layout. No matter how large or small, these trains can run anywhere. And these engines are tough. The F3 I'm holding in my hand is the same design as its post-war counterpart. Dual motors, magna traction. Oh yeah. Now, some MPC diesels do not feature dual motors. Some of them have traction tires, and they are a bit of a pain to deal with. However, if you look carefully, you can find those that still have that post-war inspired power and growl. And even some of the engines from the MPC era that do not feature dual motors, such as the F3 Baltimore and Ohio or the F3 Southern Crescent, are still some phenomenal engines, and they do have pretty decent pulling power. And the final reason, at least RBP's opinion, nostalgia. Many collectors who grew up during the MPC era find that these engines bring back fond memories of their childhood, or next-gen modelers are looking at these engines as memories of perhaps family members or friends who got them into the hobby. It's just a special memory for so many. Hold on. So there you have it. MPC is a great value, and yes, there are great MPC sets out there. And like I said, these are becoming increasingly collectible. So if there's ones you're looking for, I expect that we're going to see the value of these continue to rise over time. I know some folks may think I'm crazy for saying this, but we're already seeing these trends. Pretty fascinating stuff. So now let's get on to the trains that we're going to run tonight. Kicking things off tonight is the 1982 MPC Daylight F3 set with the uncatalogued B unit. And I'll tell you, the B unit is worth as much as the AA set. The best thing about this B unit? The ultra prototypical horn. Hang on a second. What is this doing in here? We can't have scale engines in an MPC video. What is this BNSF doing? Let's have a battle of the horn. Come on, MPC. Next up, the mighty Trainmaster. 1979 was a big year for Lionel collectors because the Trainmaster was released for the first time since the post-war era. And this thing can pull some cars. The power! Another new set to the fleet is this 1985 Illinois Central F3 set with the matching passenger cars, or the city of New Orleans, for those of you who know your train history. These F3 sets are continuing to increase in value, so I'm trying to collect as many as I can. Right now, the Southern Pacific Daylight F3 that we're running is considered to be the most desirable F3 of the MPC era. But I'm telling you, trains like the Illinois Central and some of these other F3 units are continuing to increase in value. So if you're looking for them, snatch them while you can. And now for the Viewer's Choice Award. This past weekend, I posted a poll on my community page and encouraged everyone to vote, and thank you for those who did. We had over 500 votes for the last engine, and the choices were the MPC Blue Comet, the 611, the General, or the Chicago and Alton. And the majority rules. The Blue Comet will run tonight with these epic MPC engines. All right, we are ready to go. I really like running conventional trains sometimes. It's like therapeutic, you know, I just get to grab these handles and just roll them out, you know? So, Trainmasters first. Illinois Central. Southern Pacific. And we're rolling. Enjoy. The MPC era is going to be one to watch, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see if the popularity continues to grow over these next couple of months and couple of years. Be sure to join me next week where I recap my trip to Detroit, where I got to hang out with JD Stux himself, Jason from Jason's O-Gates Trains. What an awesome layout that was. And we're going to talk about the experience there, as well as some of the things I got while I was out there, including these Atlas O-scale military passenger cars. My buddy Zach from Country Bunkers Trains just got these too, so check out his review. He beat me to it, but they're still a lot of fun to run. As always, a huge thank you to all of my subscribers and to everyone who's been supporting this channel. My name is Chris, and this is RBP Trains. We'll see you next time.